17 years ago, so it was not that famous at that time.
No social media.
No social media. I'm feeling sad now that I'm with you.
Oh yeah? You have the second branch and then you have...
The degree in psychology. And then I had a very huge accident, a bike accident.
Oh.
We all have cycles. Now we are here and this is going to finish.
Yes.
And at
No,
some point
never.
I felt like still insecure, young. I remember everyone was encouraging me like, come on, work.
Psychology is great, but if you have an authority figure that holds all the answers...
You cannot close something, no? Everything is a cycle. This affects the way I perform because we are not separate.
And put those problems in my bag, lace up my gloves. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Coco podcast, or the Coco Lifestyle podcast. I'm joined again with the beautiful Christina.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me again.
Today we're gonna actually talk a little bit deeper about psychology and what's her background in psychology, and maybe how does she link it to her passion, or one of her passions, which is Padel or sports.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of, first of all, what's your background in psychology? What does it mean? When you get a diploma, do you have a specific branch that you receive a diploma for, or it's for overall psychology?
Well, I like to tell you that the way I became a psychologist, it's not probably the regular or most common way.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I had a very crazy period of life.
Okay.
Back then. So for me, it was very hard to know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to study. I was a bit lost. I used to party more than other things. Yes.
Okay.
But at some point, because I was avoiding the decisions of life, like what do you want to become?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do with your life? So the way of avoiding all these decisions was, yes, having fun at some point, no?
Yeah.
But
we all know about that.
Yeah, but behind all these party things, there's a lot of suffering that I couldn't see at that time.
Okay.
So I was living a bit of crazy life till I was around 20 years old. And then I had a very huge accident, a bike accident.
Oh.
Yeah, with a friend of mine.
Motorbike accident?
Yes. We end up, both of us, in a hospital. He was very, 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 in a very bad situation. So the doctors came to me at that point. I need surgery, I need things. And they told me, would you like to receive some mental help? Because you are going through a very tough situation. And at that time that I was very disconnected with myself, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't need it, I'm fine. Till one day my mom came to me and she was telling me, there's something that it's not psychology, but it's named coaching, that it's becoming famous. I'm talking about 17 years ago, so it was not that famous at that time. And
no
it was
social media.
Sorry?
No social media.
No social media.
No online coaching.
Exactly.
No coaches of coaches for coaching.
Exactly. We were not yet there. And so I was curious. I was like, okay, I can try. And for me, it was a life-changing. I loved the process of understanding that I was going through a lot of pain without knowing it. And during 1 year, I remember that I spent a whole year telling a friend of mine, like, I love what this guy is helping me to do.
Wow.
And I was like, I want to study that.
That's super cool. Okay.
Yeah. This friend of mine was like encouraging me, like, of course, wait. But at that point, I remember my self-esteem was pretty low. Yeah. I was thinking that I was not capable of doing things. So it took me a whole year to decide, like, okay, I'm going to study this. It was like a degree of coaching of 1 year. So
at university or from this person?
No, because it's not university.
Okay.
You cannot have the title. It's not
It's not a what's it called?
bachelor or
A
something.
bachelor.
Yeah.
It's not a bachelor.
It's not in Spain
it.
actually. But yeah, but it was the first time that I did. So after a year of studying this, I loved it. I truly, truly loved it. I think I was good at it at some point, but I felt like still insecure, young. I remember everyone was encouraging me, like, come on, work. And I was like, no, I need more knowledge.
Yeah.
Because I feel very responsible if I
Yeah.
trade with people.
That is super nice way of thinking. You know, instead of jumping in straight away, no, I still need to perfect myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like too young or too unexperienced.
Okay.
So then I discovered Gestalt therapy, that it's another, it's like side of psychology,
Okay.
and it's more humanistic approach. And it was 3 years of studying.
What's it called?
Gestalt therapy.
Gestalt therapy. Where's that name from, Gestalt?
It's Dutch.
It's a Dutch name?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
The thing is that one psychiatrist and one psychologist, they create this new, I don't know the word in English. Branch of psychology.
Okay.
Because they wanted to break this kind of approach where the psychologist is the person that knows.
Yes.
And you have your like coachee or the other person. So they just thought, okay, we want to be on the same level.
Yeah.
So it's a very beautiful approach, very humanistic, and yeah. So this is where I went through till I decided finally to pursue the degree in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So you have like multiple, you have the first experience with the first coach, you have the second branch, and then you have?
The degree in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much space you have in your head? You know?
Well, it was through a few years. I mean, it took me like over 8 years. But it was a very beautiful path because Gestalt therapy also is an approach that makes you go through the experience. I mean, it's not only a theoretical way to teach. You also go through the experience.
Okay.
So I really loved it. It really helped me a lot to know myself. And at that point, it was when I started playing Padel. And it was at that point where I was starting to struggle inside the court, a paddle court.
Yeah.
And it was when I was very shocked, like I thought I knew myself.
Yeah.
I thought I knew how to react, how to manage my emotions. So then it was when I started being like very interested also in sports psychology, because I was like learning so many things about myself, about my character, about my way of reacting, that I wanted to learn more about sports psychology. So this is how I end up also being interested in sports psychology.
I have a question about this Gestalt psychology or
therapy.
So what's the main factor that makes the difference between the authority figure and the what's it called, the patient? Is it called a patient?
The patient.
What would make the main factors to equalize both on the same pedestal?
The thing is that a Gestalt therapist, he used himself as a tool to work with the patient.
Okay.
They don't even call them patients because...
yeah, of course, because they're on the same level.
At some point they say that it's... The thing is that they don't say that they have the answers. They trust in auto-regulation, so they think we are capable of healing ourselves.
Yeah.
But the thing is that because we grew in an environment that was not balanced,
yes,
the way that we adapt to this environment was not the proper way or the best way.
Okay.
So creating this healthy environment in between us, it's the way that you are going to be able to reconnect with those things that you need.
Okay.
That's why the therapist is so important and so open and transparent in the relationship, because the thing is that creating this healthy relationship in between you and me is the way that we are going to be able to create all those other relationship in our lives.
Okay.
You know, so
Super interesting.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
feel it
I
could
still
make
work
sense.
with this a lot.
Yeah. I feel it could make sense. Am I right in thinking that psychology is great, but if you have an authority figure that holds all the answers, and he might be mistaken with what he interprets are your problems, then he might give you the wrong answers. So then you have a lot of people that are helped by psychologists, but in some cases you have people that are wrongly helped and therefore maybe increase their problems because they have the wrong advice. So to get a counter to that, the solution would be for them to not go to a regular psychologist, but maybe go to a Gestalt psychologist who would just help them ease around their problems currently, and by doing so they could auto-regulate their own life. Is that correct?
Yeah, you just said it perfectly.
Okay, got it. That's super
This
interesting.
word auto-regulate is a very used word for Gestalt therapy. We
I
are
think it
talking all
makes
the time
sense.
about auto-regulation.
Because I believe maybe 90% of people who are going through problems over time, I think there's a saying like time heals problems or time heals everything. So I guess everyone in some way can fix their own problems without going to a therapist, but it's the journey of fixing that could take super long, or could just go increase their problems for a while before it's solved. But the Gestalt would make it so that you just accelerate and the healing, I guess. It's so interesting. I've never heard of this. And I live near the Dutch. I'm Belgian.
I said Dutch and I wanted to say German.
Oh, anyways, the
I just
Germans are my
realized now
neighbors
that
also.
Yeah, German.
Okay, German, Gestalt. But I still don't hear a German. I mean, that name doesn't sound German. Does it mean something, or is it the name of a person?
A Gestalt, the meaning of Gestalt, it's something that it's not concluded, not like closed.
Okay.
So a Gestalt is when you are facing a situation that you cannot close. I mean, for example, I'm thirsty.
Yes.
I have the feeling that I'm thirsty. I can feel it on my mouth, whatever. So I'm going to grab my glass and have a sip. So I'm closing this Gestalt.
Yes.
What happens many times in life? We have needs, but imagine that I'm here, but just thinking, but it's not appropriate right now to drink because I'm in front of a camera.
Yes.
So I'm not closing this Gestalt. But imagine this in life, in situations.
Yep.
Because you grew, for example, in an environment where satisfying your needs was not what you learned because it was not good or whatever.
Okay.
So you just learn that this is the way of living, of doing things in life. So this is going to develop in like not being able to be, for example, successful or whatever, no? So this is the interesting thing, that with these therapies, you learn to catch yourself. Where is your block that not let you reach that
the thing you really want? That's so fascinating. Okay, Gestalt. Sorry, I'm staying on the Gestalt thing, but
yeah, it's nice. I love it.
So the Gestalt, you're saying it's a German word to say you can't reach.
You cannot close something, no? Everything is a cycle. I mean, we all have cycles. Now we are here, and this is going to finish.
Yes.
And at
No,
some point
never.
Forever. So we're going to say goodbye, so we close it. But sometimes in life there are things that we cannot close.
Okay.
And this is where suffering appears.
Okay.
Because we feel, and sometimes we are not even aware of that. So the therapist will help you to understand where is this block? Where are these blocks that they are not helping you to do something, no? But
So fascinating to learn this.
but yeah, also that I also love about it is that as a therapist, you use your body. What are you feeling with your patient or coaching we say. So sometimes you're with people and they say I'm super happy, whatever, but you can feel some sadness behind, no? So a Gestalt therapist would say, I'm feeling sad now that I'm with you.
Oh yeah?
They can say that.
Okay.
But
Because
it's
they're
like,
feeling they're on the same level.
yeah, we all feel the energy that we are around, but sometimes we just don't allow ourselves to feel it, and Gestalt therapist is trained of that, no? And validating all these emotions. So
Okay.
what we do in therapy, it's validating your whatever you're feeling. So yeah, for me this is the magic,
Okay.
that it brings up like what is going on in me, and understanding this and give it a meaning so you can
That's fascinating. I had no idea of this. It's just interesting to learn that there's more to psychology. It's so interesting to think that every subject is superficial. Psychology is psychology. Maybe paddle is paddle, for example. Boxing is boxing. But actually, when you go and you open the door of psychology, in that door there's like hundreds of rooms. There's different psychology routes, branches, etc., backgrounds. They're the same for boxing. You open the door and there's different styles, there's different learning methods, there's different. So interesting to dive into a subject and realize the whole rabbit hole leads to, so many different ways.
Definitely, I totally agree. And in my case, one of the things that I am super thankful is that I went through different methods.
Absolutely.
So now I can choose which one I feel more comfortable. Also, that the approach is different because the need of every patient is different. So maybe someday someone will only ask for help to reach some goals. So maybe coaching it's better.
Yeah.
Because we only need to settle goals and steps, and sometimes we need to go deeper. And so it's very useful at some point.
And I guess we were touching this just briefly before, but you were saying, or you said that some men have a little bit of a difficulty to open up to a psychologist, let's say, and you said maybe that through sports they have maybe an ease to open up because it's kind of hidden behind this sports or competitive veil, so that it's less personal. It becomes impersonal because it's through sports, but it's their real emotions, and knowing that you can use maybe whichever psychology technique better suits them. Is it correct?
Different approaches, yes. One of the things that I realized is that because of the society that we live, sometimes tell us no, that it's pretty common. Men don't cry.
Never.
Things like this. So there is a difficulty there for men many times to open or even to go like this, being able to say, okay, I need help. I'm going to a psychologist. This feels like you're weak sometimes.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
That's why it's very hard for some men to ask for help, especially when it's a professional person. So that's why I felt super useful to use psychology in sports, because we don't find it hard to speak about our frustration when we are in sport, practicing some sport. In my case, because now I'm focused on Padel, but I can talk about Padel. But we can see there that most of the problems that we have in a paddle court, they have nothing to do with paddle at that point. If we are frustrated in our lives, if my job is not going well, probably the way that I'm performing it, or if I had an argument with my partner, or if I had a problem with whatever, these affect the way I perform, because we are not separate. It's not that I am the athlete and I am the person. It's all together. So that's why, like, going through what frustrated you in sports, going through this frustration, we can, I would say, always connect it with your personal life.
Interesting. I wouldn't think the same, but maybe then I operate differently. I believe that, let's say, that's why I like the sport of boxing, is I never have a bad day of working. It doesn't exist. But let's say I had a really bad day of work, or a really long day of work, or big problems or whatever. I can go inside the boxing club, for example, and put those problems in my bag, lace up my gloves, different set of problems that I have to fix, take off the gloves, take the big work problems, put them back in my head, go home. I feel it's interesting that you point that some people actually bring their baggage of their daily life into the paddle court, in your case, because you work with a lot of paddle players, and that is the link between them having a bad experience at paddle.
Yeah.
I find that very intriguing.
And now we are talking about specific experience, but also what I found even more fascinating is that when you perform, what you can see that can be revealed as well, it's part of our insecurities, but very deep ones. For example, we were saying before, no, that we grow in a environment that doesn't allow me to do whatever, no? So I grew up thinking that I'm a person that it's not capable to do some things. So this is going to be totally reflected in my performance when I play padel. Maybe I'm very afraid of competing, because for me, facing a competition, I'm already telling myself I'm not going to be able to do it.
You're scared of the loss.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is something that also I find it fascinating, because here's when I think that all our issues can be revealed, not like daily specific things that happen to us, but like the deep, like
deep wounds.
Yeah. Thanks. That show.
Yeah.
Through sport.
So okay, actually no, it could be. I didn't even think so deep than that. So actually, yeah, it could be a good point. It's really interesting. Also, maybe there's a difference between my perspective of the sport I like and yours, is because yours is a team player and mine is more individual. It's so fascinating. I have a question. A lot of people, so I'm just gonna reflect it to boxing, because that's what I know the most. I'm not very familiar with paddle, but we often say boxing, you could say fighting, whatever. Boxing is very similar to life. There's this saying that is like, so boxing is the school of life, because life just gets at you. Things will happen and you have to overcome them. You get good, you lose a skill, and it's also another thing is, there's another saying, it's rent is due every day. If I'm good at boxing today, that doesn't mean in 1 month I'll be good at boxing. That means I have to maintain the level, and it just gets harder and harder and harder over time to keep maintaining that level. Is there something similar to paddle, in the sense of a lot of people assimilate boxing with the difficulty of boxing and the difficulty of life? Is there something similar to paddle? Is it seen more as a hobby, or is there really like, some links between, if you become good at paddle, there's a lot of links with being good at life. Do you see what I'm trying to get?
Yeah, and I think that makes a lot of sense, and I don't think that it's going to be only in paddle or boxing. I think that we can definitely focus on every single sport, because at some point when you are comparing your sport to life, as you said, no, you are facing challenges. So in the end, life is a journey. Our sport is a journey, and yeah, we want to get better. No, at some point we want to achieve more things in life. Same in sports. So, and life is always going to give you, in boxing, always you will get something, no,
Yeah.
that go against you. In padel, you will face an opponent that wants to beat you. So it's not going to make things easy. So I think that it's what sport in general can give us. It's like consistency of being able to overcome all these all these things that we have to face to be able to be consistent, to keep going through this path. So I think that it's sport, it's amazing, and definitely 100% it can help in our life, and we can compare with life, with going through life. That's why I think that sports for kids, it's also super good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It teaches us how to teamwork, how to not being selfish,
Absolutely.
Being understanding that there are going to be people that it's better than us.
Yeah.
So also it will teach us how to be humble.
Yeah, exactly.
How
How
to-
to lose.
How to learn.
How to lose and how to win, how to
Yeah.
perfect yourself. Oh, so true.
Understanding that we're not going to be able to win every day because we're not feeling the same way every day. So we will need to adapt to all these
Yeah.
circumstances that we face. So will give us a lot of skills. So yeah, totally. I totally agree that you can compare any kind of sport, I would say, to life.
So maybe one day we'll say Padel is a school of life.
It's
No, this is-
teaching already, yes, a lot.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see these links on a deeper level between sports or between human beings in their line of passion. You
Yeah,
know?
100%. I totally agree, and I can really see it in the paddle clubs right now, because there are so many new people playing this sport for the first time.
Yeah,
You can see all these egos
yeah,
showing off.
yeah,
Because I want to be better than someone, no? Or I think that because my friend reaches some certain level
yeah,
in a few months, I think that I'm going to
Yeah.
be able to do the same. And I totally forget that I'm a different person with different skills,
Yeah.
different whatever, no? So I think that it's already teaching a lot to many people, to be able to be humble, to be able to understand that you need to work hard if you want to reach some level, and that you cannot like project yourself because you don't really know what you are capable to reach till you are not there. So, and I think that in life it's the same.
yeah. I feel I'm gonna say something controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Like before Padel, a lot of people were not doing sports, and it's quite unhealthy for them. And then since Padel, a lot of people are now doing sports. So I feel so good that more people in life are doing an active physical activity, because I feel like if you go back maybe, let's say, around pre-pandemic, maybe there was less overall people that did some sports. The gym was kind of monotonous for certain, so they never went to the gym. But since Padel is here, I feel like I have a lot more friends that are doing a physical activity, and it's just positive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that what Padel brought to so many people, it was how to be active, having fun. I mean, through something that is giving you kind of joy. And then also the other thing that I think that make Padel like so successful is the fact that it's a social
Yeah,
sport. So
True.
it also gave to so many people like a community,
yeah, True.
somewhere to feel identified, especially for us that we live in Bali.
Yeah.
So we expats to feel like we are in a safe place.
Yeah.
We can meet people, and I think that this is making everyone getting like really excited.
I can see that. I can see that a lot. Even if I don't play, I can see everyone getting together and playing paddle together.
Yeah, with the tournaments that you organize, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can see that it's beautiful at some point.
Yeah. That was so interesting. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Maybe next time we can dig a little bit deeper. But I was super happy to, learn a little bit more about the journey to become a psychologist, the different types of psychologists, and how you linked it with sports. Again, Christina, where can we follow you on social media?
Yeah, now on social media, I'm basically promoting my book, Who Hasn't Said I'm Done with Padel, and you can follow me in Padel Psychology.
Guys, don't forget to follow Azoria Paddle Club on social media to know more about the Azoria ecosystem we're building here.